Energy. What is it about energy? We all use it. Everything is made from it. But the energy that I want to talk about in this slideshow is the energy that we pay for every month, that we dump into our cars so we can drive, that we that has hooked up to just about every house people live in. But let me walk you through something here, and I think it'll be a bit of an eye-opener as to how we can change the world. Changing the world is a pretty big task. All right, so let's get started. MyFree.energy. Pure, free energy. Imagine the possibilities. It's time we change the world. Now, let me just inject a little bit here. You're probably thinking, well, free energy, isn't that something people have tried for many years? Yes, they actually have, because this technology to generate this free energy, if you're seeing this up on the right side in the header here, that is actually the unit that generates the free energy. And I can almost guarantee that unless you're familiar with it already, it works very, very differently than what you probably imagine from looking at that picture. Well, let's just begin with the idea that we can have free energy being generated. We don't have to have these huge towers and windmills to generate it. We don't have to have panels on the roof to generate it. None of that is necessary. This technology was actually invented back in the 50s by a man named John Searle. He was a young man when he invented it. He's still around, and for many years he could never create these units because the major companies, they have control, and they weren't about to have get something made that they can't bill everybody every month for. And that is why it was being suppressed for so long. Now, there's more behind it than that, and you might pick up some more of it that as we go through these slides. However, I have not included nearly all of the information that is behind all of this, because there is far more. It has taken me years to catch up on all of that information, what is going on, how the world works, and why are we in this predicament that we all are in, deep in debt, and have a hard time affording the monthly bills, by holding a job to try to pay for all of it. Well, I think we will see a little bit of an eye-opener going through this, and at least I hope we will see enough of it to get the idea that we do not need to pay for energy every month. It is not necessary. All right. Now, it's going to take a lot of making, a lot of fabricating before we get there that we can all have it. Free energy, but we'll get there. All right, so let's begin. My name is John Harder. So let's go to the second slide here. And so what that world will look like? Well, let's have a look here. Oops. Let's have a look here. No more polluting the air while generating electricity. That's a good one. No more polluting the air while driving vehicles. I'd say that's a pretty darn good one. No more paying electricity bills. Yep, that would be nice. I'm sure we'd all like that. No more paying heating bills. See how we can by eliminating the power bill that we pay every month, the electricity bill, see how we can eliminate the heating bill at the same time? Yes, yes, because we can use that free electricity generated for free to also heat the houses. So we don't need no bill for any of that. Okay, no more paying for fuel in vehicles. Wow, no more pollution, no more paying for the fuel. Sounds pretty darn good, doesn't it? All right, most health problems would also disappear. Okay, so now when it comes to health problems, as I mentioned here, that most health problems would also disappear. I think that most people are actually not aware of where the health problems come from. We are not aware of that at all unless we educate ourselves to find out who runs all of these industries, who runs the pharmaceutical industry, why are the drugs being used that are, as opposed to something that would actually have a cure. Okay, so it's something to think about because all of that is available. The information is all available. And I think for people who do spend that time to educate themselves in all of this stuff, it really does become an eye-opener. Okay, and the general public will experience much more wealth. Well, first of all, we can look at all of what we're saving here, so that would be cool. But I'm talking about a little bit more than just that. There's more to it. There's more still behind the scenes here, as it were. So let's move on to the next one. Okay, so again, first let us take a look at where we currently are. You see, if we want change, we want to go somewhere. Well, it's kind of nice to know where we are, whether maybe we're right next door or just around the corner, or maybe maybe it's halfway around the world. Where are we, and where do we want to go? Well, we just took a peek as to where we want to go, but where are we? Well, we need to understand how our current uh, control structure works in our world. The control structure, what we think is the government that controls us. Well, let's have a look at the control structure and see what we will find from that. Okay, so before we can break out of prison, we need to first know that we are in one. This is what happens to many, many people. They are in this prison and they think that, well, this world is just made that way. So, yeah, so all this freedom or uh, all these permits and all the licenses and all of the insurances and all this pollution and all of these bills, yeah, that's just life. That's just how it is. Folks, no, that is not how it is. There is a definite reason behind it, and it is not necessary. It is not necessary. We do not need to be controlled by people who think that they know better than we do. All right, so yeah, and so to learn more at, this is a movie actually. You can find it on YouTube, and if you're watching this, then you can just click this, I believe at least, and you can actually, if you're watching this on YouTube on my video, then you won't be able to click it. But if you're on the slides, I have made these clickable links. So you would actually, if you watch the slideshow, I'll post the slideshow also under the video so that you have access to those slides so you can see them, okay? All right, so here we are, this slideshow, and so these are links that will lead you to information that where you can find out what kind of prison we are actually in and what's going on, right? So it'll give you a huge, huge, huge amount of insight as to how this world really works. Okay. The next one, well, here I gave us a little bit of a rundown of of the power structure that controls this world. Basically all of us on it, and so that's one of the things why I mentioned on the slide, on the first slide, that we need to change this world. It seriously needs to be changed because we have just a handful of people controlling all of us, and that's not good. That is by far not good. All right, so how are they doing it? All right, world control structure. What do they again say in school that is bad? Is a pyramid bad? Is that a bad thing? Well, I believe that that's what's being taught in school. Oh, anything pyramid is a bad thing. Well, it happens to be so that that's exactly what they're using. That's why they're trying to steer you away from it, because that's what they use. It is too simple of a structure, and it gives them so much control. That's why they don't want you to be aware of it or even think of it as anything good, right? So who's at the bank? Elite banking cartels. Why cartels? Well, because if you thought the banks are owned by our governments, so-called governments, if that's what you thought, well, no. No, they're not. They're not controlled by the government. Nope. They are controlled by an elite banking cartel. The same cartels that are running the drug industry in Colombia and around the world, like that, where all of these massive amounts of drugs come from and hit all the streets and the cities. And yep, same people, same people, same people are in control of that, as also with the banking cartel. Major corporations, banking cartel, those are the top ones. They control the money, and therefore they control the major corporations. The major corporations. There's only a few that make it under their umbrella that are powerful enough to have the bank's attention, and the banks control them. Now, if you've heard the word corporatocracy, oh, what a word, corporatocracy. Well, that's the major corporations that are under the banks. So the banks control the major corporations, and the major corporations control Yes. What is it they control? Oh, the government. Yes, that's right. The governments. They control the governments. Okay. So it's not even that the banking cartel just controls the government and done. Nope. Banking cartel, major corporations, and that's how they gain all that force on the governments because these major corporations are very large corporations. And they have very much money and therefore very much power. But who has the power? The banks. The banking cartel. The banking cartel. Type that phrase right there into YouTube and see what you'll find. Okay, so the rest, and then is the rest of us. Wow, we would have thought that our government was way above us. Nope, they're only just above us, and then the major corporations. Folks, this right here is the structure that runs the world. While we're here, since I'm in Canada, I'm going to throw another thing in here right now. Canada used to be contracted under under England. Yes, oh yes, we still have the Queen on our dollar bill, if you will, on our money, to make it look like nothing has changed. But actually that contract expired back in 1931. Since then, we have legally been a sovereign nation on our own, and still we have the so-called government here under the Queen. That is heinous. Utter stupidity. Okay, so let's go on to the next one here. Okay, we are debt slaves to the monetary system. This is what we all are, debt slaves to the monetary system. I'm just going to move this up here so that it's out of the way for a bit. Okay, so we are all debt slaves to the monetary system. Okay, a Jewish family by the name of Rothschild has gained control over most of the world's banks. This has given them much power, and what they have been doing with that power is to try and gain complete control over every individual on the planet. This is why all those wars and all that mayhem is going on in the world. Yes, they have been found out, the cat's out of the bag, and or should we say the genie is out of the bottle, and boy, they are raising hell to try to put it back in, and it doesn't seem to fit. And I think we need to proceed with this agenda of getting free energy to all the people, to stop paying those people and stop using their money, and they will be douched. Okay, so over the past 100 years, they have built a few major corporations through which they control governments. Ah, that's how the system works. Okay, through their control of governments, they have been putting tighter and tighter control over the general public, the general population on the entire planet. Okay? Question. Our question is, how much further will we let them go? Oh, we can do something about this? Think about it. There is almost 7 billion of us, and there's only what, a couple of hundred of them? Yeah, we can do something about this. Big time. All right, so next slide again. Okay, changing the system. Ah, now this is where it gets a little bit more interesting, doesn't it? By creating our own free energy generators, uh, okay, I think I have a no longer rely uh okay, we all right, I'm gonna just fix that here right now. Okay, Raiders, so we no longer rely on them to support our electricities and them to support us or supply our electricity, and we can generate it for free, right? Because the technology has been available for a long time. It wasn't available to us, but it had already been invented, the technology. Now that technology has come out to light, and there are quite a few of us working with this to get the ball rolling. And because of the need of more money to help make this happen, is why I created why we created MyFree.energy. Okay, so that we can make this happen on a global scale faster. All right, and there's going to be more in here on about how we want to go about it. Okay, so no more electricity bills. And that actually is way more than just that, because it also eliminates the heating bill. No more electricity bills, no heating bills. Also for vehicles, these things can be put in vehicles and they will be electric, so we will no longer need electric. Matter of fact, these vehicles that they go and charge up, have batteries and all that, that's not necessary either. None of that is necessary. These units, they run for free, and they can run vehicles, so we can just put them in and run the vehicles, and you never need batteries. All right, and never need to pay for fuels. Tractors will be made with them, and for farmers, they will no longer need to put fuel in tractors. There's actually another whole other thing that we want to work with as well to make things more people friendly and a lot less government friendly and a lot more people friendly. That's how we want to make things. Okay, and by creating and using our own money. See, these are the two things that we can do to change the world, and we'll change it into our favor as people. Okay, by creating and using our own money, which is money made by the people for the people, we take away their power. Those big banking cartel, yes, their power will be stripped. They will be stripped of their power. And then we are free. We are no longer enslaved to the debt-based system. By having free energy and our own monetary system. Wow. Let's see. Let's keep on and see what else we have here. All right. How do we go about doing this? Well, step one, we begin using the billion coin, TBC, wherever possible, and spread the wealth of TBC to as many people as we can. No more taxes. Wow, that would be quite something. Get rid of taxes? Yes, that'd be cool. Step number two, start building the Searle effect generator, SEG, in a decentralized manner. Okay, I'll explain about that a little bit. Okay, in a decentralized manner in many countries at the same time, in an efficient and effective manner. Okay, free energy and clean environment, and a clean environment. There we go. Now, I want to inject a little bit of more information here, though. I don't mean typing, I mean just saying it right now. Is this step two here, in a decentralized manner, simply meaning that if we were to put up one big factory to create these units and assemble them and so on, and those big banking cartel would regain enough power, or through the major companies, they would very quickly use the local government to shut down the one plant, and then we're douched. Then we can't create these things. But if we are everywhere at the same time, all over the place, and meaning no harm, which we don't absolutely don't mean any harm, and create these things and give them, install them for people in the poorest places first, where they're actually most needed, because there are many people who can't even afford a monthly power bill, and we get them to millions of people that way, and gradually come up. We will eventually all enjoy this energy, and in that way, if one place where we make them would be shut down, we're actually it would actually hardly hinder our operation, right? So that is the plan. Now, I can hear people right here now think, well, how would we ever pull that off? Because why would we do anything illegal? Well, listen, if you are worried about legal or illegal, or whatever you want to call it under your in your little world, well, I had mentioned just a few minutes ago here that the Canadian so-called government is actually in here illegal. They've been controlling us for almost 100 years, totally illegal. So I have kind of lost my perspective as to what's legal. Is it legal that we are being controlled and taxed and licensed, fees, and not to mention imprisoned, all of the people that are in prison? Listen, if only the people were in prison that belong there, uh, it's very likely that they'd all fit in just one small prison in the world. And basically, it would be the banking cartel that would be in there, because that's pretty much the only people that belong in prison. Everybody else should be free. All right, so let's continue on here again. Start building. Yeah, build these in a decentralized manner, many places at the same time, and have these projects, rolling out all over the place at the same time. And if we're shut down anywhere, well, that's okay. We'll stop operating in that area and just open up a new one somewhere else. Okay, so let's continue here. So what is the billion coin? Yeah. Let's find out. What is that? Okay, the billion coin is an abundance-based crypto money which was created to end poverty in the world. Its price is pinned to the price of gold. Okay, so the price of gold has been very steady for many, many years, and the price of the billion coin is pinned to it. Now, what is the billion coin actually behind the scenes? It is the same as Bitcoin. If you've heard of Bitcoin, the billion coin is basically the same, except the billion coin is not subject to the fluctuation in the marketplace like Bitcoin is. The billion coin has a different purpose. It does not have the fluctuation capability, which means that people who have a lot of money, they can go and manipulate the system by fluctuating it, by buying a lot, and the price, thereby pushing the price up, and then once the price is up, then sell, thereby pushing the price back down. And the people who have a lot less, well, they are then subject to, well, many of them lose money, and some of them might, of course, gain a wee bit here and there, but that's how that system works, folks. The billion coin can't be like that. The price is pinned to the price of gold and goes up as more users come on board. And once we have 1 billion users, the price locks in at 1 grain of gold per coin. Well, it's already that, except for there's only not, the coins aren't nearly all in circulation yet. Well, yes, the price is locks in then at 1 grain of gold per one kringle, which is one breakdown, the smallest breakdown of the coin that we have at this point, which actually is going to change. We're in the near future, we will have a breakdown that will break it down much finer than that, but at this point, that is where it is. Nonetheless, right now, that is what this is. It's a blockchain-based currency which cannot be manipulated. It can't be controlled by any government. It can't, and the formula, the software of the formula that runs the coin is it pushes the price up as more users come on board. The price goes up until it eventually, like I said, latches on at 1 grain per one small breakdown of a coin, which is a kringle. We call them kringles. Okay, so then we have, so right now there are currently 3,182,669 community members, which is this was about an hour ago or so. So now there would be obviously more than that. And one coin. How much is a TBC coin worth? Let's have a look. Yep, 8,390,083.39 is one TBC coin. The billion coin is now worth that, but eventually the billion coin will be actually not only a billion, but around 2.2 billion, somewhere around there. Okay, so about 2,200,000,000 is what one coin will be worth eventually. Okay, so here we are. Okay, that's what these coins are worth each right now. So TBC truly means abundance on our planet. With TBC, we can truly have wealth for everyone and freely. And MyFree.energy is a great tool to help spread this abundance um, along, along with free, clean energy. Now, the wealth itself, of course, we would be able to afford the energy a lot easier, but we're still polluting the environment, and and we uh, and we are it's still a health risk of the way the energy is being generated. Whereas, and also the vehicles pose a health risk, and that all changes when we go to energy, when we create our own free energy. Okay, that all changes. Let's go here further. All right, what is the fuss about free clean energy? The reason for the fuss is that the current energy or electricity system is dangerous to people's health. Those meters, I think I've mentioned it somewhere in these slides, the smart meters are actually very dangerous. They give people cancer because they have microwave pulses shooting out from them, and that causes cancer. It kills bees. It's harmful to anything nearby, any kind of life nearby. Okay, it pollutes the air when it's being generated, meaning the electricity. There are always monthly charges for electricity. Vehicles pollute the air when they are being used or run. All of this pollution also poses a health risk for all of our planet's life. Okay, all of this can be cleaned up with the SEG units. All right, these free energy units that I'm talking about. Okay, so now we can do the cool part. We come to the cool part. Oh boy, I can't even read my own writing. Now we come to the cool part. Startup funding. All right. Woo! Okay, startup funding, aka crowdfunding, is the one concept that always works well to get a project launched if the people can clearly see the payoff or benefits of the project. All right. So if I've done a good job on this presentation, then I believe it should not be too difficult for people to see what the payoffs are. Okay, so let's recap. Currently, we are all enslaved to a debt-based monetary system that keeps on squeezing us tighter every year and eventually wants to completely control every individual, even kill most of us. Yes, folks, under NASA's Bill 21, NASA's bill, Agenda 21, they want to reduce the population from the 7 plus billion, maybe almost 8 billion to 500 million. That means if you're watching this presentation, well, just know that you and I are both labeled to be killed by NASA. Their Agenda 21. Are we going to let them go there? The energy we are using is dangerous, dangerous to the health of all of life on the planet, and is costly for everyone. Many people can't even afford it. So I think it's time we generate better energy than this in a better way. All right, monetary system for the people. Another is there's the two reasons, right? The billion coin is a complete monetary system that people can use and is not that people can use and is not and cannot be controlled by any government. It enslaves no one. Its price is backed by the price of gold. It is easy to use, plus every new wallet comes with a free gift. Every new wallet comes with a free gift. It truly is a monetary system of wealth and will end global poverty. Want a wallet? Get one here, right? Okay, so the free energy system, Our current electricity is dangerous in several ways. The smart meters cause cancer, kill bees and other life, plus the way it's being generated pollutes the air and causes harm to all of us and to life on the planet. Not to mention the monthly bills. The SEG system generates energy for free without it being powered by anything. It runs quiet and clean. Its energy is in harmony with nature and creates a healthy environment. It has been known to cure cancer in patients. Just by being nearby, or just by being near it. Okay, so this energy system actually harmonizes with nature, with nature's energy, and literally creates clean energy. It's really an amazing thing. All right, and so finally the last one. All right, so back to the cool part. We are looking to crowdfunding to get the ball rolling. If you can clearly see the magnitude of the impact for good that MyFree.energy is setting out to do, then I invite you to support us monetarily. We also have a way of making any donations that are 200 or more become very profitable for you, the donor. Learn more at MyFree.energy or MyFree.energy. Okay, learn more at MyFree.energy. Okay, so that pretty much sums up our presentation here. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it made very much sense to you, and that you will want to pitch in on our endeavor for two things that we are accomplishing with this. One is to end global poverty, and the other is to provide free clean energy to the environment and to all the people and to all the living creatures that are with us on this planet. So with that said, I am signing off, and you can, I have, or the free, MyFree.energy. If you go there on and visit it, there is a way you can do donations by cryptocurrencies. I don't have any buttons to use with credit card or MasterCard or anything. Those things will be handled personally. We'll do it like that, but I mean in person. But I have it all set that with cryptocurrency you can make donations. So thank you so much for watching this, and I believe that you see the importance and that you see the massive change that we're endeavoring to bring to this world, to humanity and all of life, and that you will support us. Thank you so much for watching.